Well, folks, Miami Open 2021 continues to surprise and leave us guessing what's going to happen next as Daniil Medvedev and Stefanos Tsitsipas both lose in the quarterfinals, the number 1 and 2 seeds in this year's very unique tournament without the big three. They went down. Why did they go down? I think they both blew it a little bit. They didn't really. They felt like the pressure of having opportunity ahead of them got to them. So I'm going to get into what happened in both of their matches. We're also going to look at these semifinal matchups, which are very interesting. We got veteran, we got an underdog. We got underdog on the other side as well, but they both have winning records against the players that are supposedly the favorite. So we're going to take a look at those matchups as well going forward at this year's 2021 Miami Open.
I go fair. You're
coming at you from the Delray Beach Open Miami Open down here at the grounds of India Wells.
Hey, Novak.
We are here with the man, Daniil around it. Welcome to the slice. All right, folks. Well, thanks for being here. As always, hit the like and subscribe button. I can't wait to tell you guys what Tsitsipas said in the press room and all of this. Our girl, Bianca Andreescu, is playing right now at the time of filming in this. She's getting back to her 2019 ways. She's playing Maria Sakkari, who took out Naomi Osaka in destructive fashion yesterday. So that's amazing. The women's side of the match or the tournament is awesome. And the men's side is continuing to throw absolute curveballs our way. So big three, big story of the tournament. They're not here. So Daniil Medvedev, he's number 1 ranked player in the draw, number 1 seed. Stefanos Tsitsipas, number 2. We already had Zverev go down. So lots of young guys making a run this tournament. But then the young guys who are maybe going to step into this opportunity seem to have some troubles today doing it. Yesterday, Daniil Medvedev played Roberto Bautista Agut, and obviously Medvedev the day before, I had made him laugh, or he remembered, as you guys saw. If you haven't seen my last video where I show all that, check it out. The link will be here. But we've been having a good time in the press room. He seemed relaxed. He's got his new shoe deal. He seemed like Medvedev's really coming into the role of being like a favorite on the tour. Like this guy's out here. He's got he's number 2 in the world. He's got the contracts. He's swagging out. And then, he comes up against a tough customer, Roberto Bautista Agut, RBA, who likes to beat guys like Medvedev because he has a great win percentage against Djokovic as well. He beats them at their own game and he makes them uncomfortable. Medvedev was cramping in the match before that, so he might not be physically at his best. And then it seemed like, if you're physically not at your best and you're starting to get pushed or things aren't going your way, you can kind of understand you just snapping a bit mentally. So Medvedev ends up snapping his racket, just not playing a great match from his side. And Roberto Bautista Agut, he's an absolute pro. Like he was in the press conference room with us afterwards, and I asked him how do you do so well against Djokovic and Medvedev? Like you guys have similar game styles, and you seem to do it better when you guys play them. And he's like, he just kind of gave one of those non-answers from an athlete that's just cool, calm. He's like, I like to do that as well. I stay on the baseline. He's like, I play solid, I play good, and I get the win. And I was like, okay, sounds good. That's not much info for me, but I respect it. You're just an absolute clean hitter of the ball, and he's an absolute pro, Roberto Bautista Agut. Jannik Sinner, on the other hand, he came and beat a very good Alexander Bublik, who's the trickster, right? And Sinner's just taking no prisoners. These are slow Miami courts, and Sinner's just mashing the ball, both sides, crushing it. At the end, we've all seen this on social media. Bublik goes up. He's like, "You're not human, man." He's like, and Sinner's like, "No, you're not human." He's like, "No, seriously." He's like, "You're not human." He's like, "You're 15 years old and you play like this." Hilarious. Anyways, Jannik Sinner's obviously, he's not 15. I think he's 17, 18, 19. Should have that. I get confused. There's so many young players now doing well, but Jannik Sinner is just looking absolutely super good. So he's going to be playing RBA in the semifinal on the top half. On the bottom half, we had Tsitsipas. He was my pick from the quarterfinals to win. I thought he was looking very good. And he started the match versus Hurkacz looking very good, winning 6-2, then going up 2-love. And at 3-1, I think it was, he had a break point to go up, a double break. And this is where it all kind of collapsed for him. So Hurkacz hit a line, and then he ended up winning, not getting broken and breaking back. And then he won that set. And then there was the changeover time violation. And that basically Tsitsipas just mentally deteriorated, got distracted, and Hurkacz has been playing super solid. He beat Shapovalov, then Raonic, now Tsitsipas. He's been balling out this tournament. Almost bagel time for young Hurkacz. But Tsitsipas let it go. He had this match basically wrapped up at one point, and he just needed to stay the course. He got broken a couple times at the end of the match from being 40-love up on his serve. So after the match, Tsitsipas talked extensively about that one point that I messaged. He's like, man, I haven't seen any shot like that all tournament. And then that hits the line. And then from there on, I just couldn't, like I was down. And part of me is thinking, it's like, man, this is the difference. Like, right? This is the difference between a mature player and a not mature player. No disrespect, but it's like, that's one point. And after that point, you still have the serious advantage in the match. And then you let that point affect you for the rest of the match. That's just not good enough at this level. So that was a mistake from Tsitsipas. He had missed that, and I'm sure he's going to learn from it. So I think they both, Medvedev and Tsitsipas, just wilted under the pressure of winning a Masters 1000, getting into the big leagues, especially Tsitsipas. He hasn't won one. So I know he'll be disappointed. He said he felt a lot of stress over the last 2 weeks with the opportunity, and he didn't step up to it in that match. So Hurkacz, great guy, huge fan of him. We're friends of the show. He won in Delray earlier this year. He loves Florida. He'll be playing Rublev as Rublev beat Korda today. In a little bit tighter than I thought it should have been. Rublev got a little shaky at the end. I think his serve and return can be his biggest weaknesses, I think, in his game for sure. And definitely saw that Korda was mashing his second serve. He was only winning like 30 or 40% of his second serve points, Rublev, which is not great. So the interesting thing is here, Sinner and RBA in the semifinal matchups, if we're looking at it here, Sinner has a 1-0 head-to-head record, and the last time they played was just a couple weeks ago in Dubai. So Sinner knows how to beat RBA. He's got more power, and I think if he plays really good, he can win for sure. RBA has the experience, especially at this, well, not really at this level of the tournament at this stage that much, but he's just got more experience. So who are you taking? Personally, I'm leaning Sinner. I have this weird confidence in him when he's down like he was against Bublik. I was like, he's going to come back and he's going to win this. He's so solid. His game is so big, and he just seems way mature beyond his years, which is amazing to see. So I'm picking Sinner on the top half, and then on the bottom half, it's the same thing. Rublev versus Hurkacz. Hurkacz has a 1-0 head-to-head record against Rublev. Now, Rublev has been one of the baddest men on planet Earth the last year, so picking against him is pretty tough, but I could definitely see a Hurkacz upset. He's long. He can get to these big, powerful shots from Rublev, and he can do a lot with them, especially with his up the line backhand. It's absolutely lethal. So I would not be surprised to see a Hurkacz win, but if Rublev plays his best, I think he'll get it done because when he plays his best, he's almost untouchable right now. So those are a look at the semifinal matchups. I would love to see really any of these guys win a first Masters 1000. It's going to be fresh for any of them. So I think Rublev might be the most deserving. He's had the best level over the last year. So I guess I'll go with him. But it's going to be great tennis. It's been great tennis all week long. We've been in the press conference trying to give you guys insights. Thank you guys for the support, helping us get there. Check out the last video where I show some of the clips of me talking to Bianca Andreescu and Daniil Medvedev. Get around the website. We got new posts on there. All the links below. Appreciate your guys' support, and we will see you after the final. Well, thanks for watching the show, tennis fans. And since you're a tennis fan, you might go play some tennis. And to do that, you need the best gear. So courtsidesports.com, our sponsor, is hooking up with 10% off brand new tennis equipment, like the Uber Sonic from Adidas. Adidas has taken over. They got Felix. The Polytour Rev, brand new string from Yonex, and we got the RF Pure, the Pro Staff, and the Pure Strike, the brand new 2021 version. You can get all these things for 10% off, brand new. You're not going to find that anywhere else on courtsidesports.com. Check them out. The link is below.